guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Reading from the Heart. Thanks so much for joining me. I haven't been on, I know, for practically, I guess, 3 weeks I haven't been on for. Let me just quickly let you know, because I had a lot of people emailing me and saying, Carol, where are you? Are you okay? What's happened? You haven't been on. I've been ill, unfortunately. Recovered now, virtually completely, but it started about 10 days before my birthday, which was the 18th of November. And I had gone to a really important meeting in the city centre. And there was a group of us talking. And I remember one of my colleagues said to me, you know, are you okay in that seat? Well, can I call them a colleague? A collaborator, let's put it that way. One of my collaborators said to me at this meeting, are you okay in that seat? And I was quite squashed, I remember, around the table. And I think I just didn't want to cause a fuss. So basically I said, yeah, I'm fine. And I remember turning my body, the upper half of my body around, and my legs stayed like this. No. My torso and everything stays straight like this, and then my legs turned around, my hips turned around, my waist turned around. I think I must have kind of, pulled a nerve then, because when I got back on the Wednesday, I was fine. I was getting on with my clients, my work, blah, blah, blah. I was recording. I remember recording some stuff for YouTube on that Wednesday for the week going out. I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but I knew certainly I was working with some private clients on that afternoon, that evening, and everything was fine. Then Thursday morning, got up, washed, dressed, I was absolutely fine. Started recording my videos. I was really happy doing my clients. Just felt, I feel really good today. And then by 12 o'clock, I got up to make myself some lunch, take a break, just felt this heat go up my back, and I thought, what is this? And then suddenly, bam, in the split second, just this terrible pain, this really, really, really awful pain happened. It was terrible, and I couldn't stand. And then every time I tried to, then I would just get these terrible spasms of the nerve. I wouldn't wish sciatica on anyone. It's one of the worst things that anybody can ever suffer. It's horrible. I used to suffer it years ago, but I hadn't suffered it in years, and then suddenly, bam, I think it's because I sat in the wrong position. So, but before that, I'd been bitten on as I was walking down the road, being bitten on my leg because I was wearing some sort of crop trousers, and I must have got bitten by an insect or something because my leg blew up. And then I had the sciatica, and what happened was my twin sister and her family had to take me back to their house to look after me because I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything for myself. I had to virtually go 2 days because I work for myself, so I work from home. My twin sister both my brother-in-law and my twin sister are managers at the OU, so they work outside of the home. And it started on the Thursday, and then I had to kind of wait until the Friday evening until they could collect me. I mean, I was still getting on with stuff, but I couldn't move. I couldn't, even getting into the shower was really, really painful. And then they looked after me. And it was only when it was coming up to my birthday that I was starting to recover. I was starting to feel a little bit better, just a little bit, because I've taken a lot of painkillers and stuff like that. But what I realised is that I had as well then, because I couldn't do anything, then suddenly I had a backlog of clients. A lot of year aheads as well, because as you know, I'm doing year aheads at the moment. A lot of people ordered those year aheads. And I got ill, and I couldn't do the clients. I couldn't work on them. I was in terrible pain. I think on some of the videos that I recorded that you heard for YouTube, I was recording them from my sister's place. I had to make this makeshift chair for me with this big pillow at the back. Some people could hear me wincing in pain on those videos because I was in terrible pain. I mean, it was just terrible. So I just really wanted to come and apologise for not being on for the last few weeks. And then I got the flu. After the sciatica was starting to clear up, then I got flu. So I was like, okay, all right. I haven't been ill I'll be honest with you, I very, very rarely get ill. Very rarely do I get ill. Very, very rarely. I'm usually, considering that I don't go gym, and I should go to the gym because I've got gym membership and stuff, I don't really get that ill. But those illnesses just boom, 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 one after the other, just knock me for six. So I haven't been on, number one, because of the illnesses, and number two, because the illnesses left me with a whole heap of clients that I couldn't do, that I had to catch up on. My year aheads, everything had to be out. People paid money for this stuff and it had to be out at a certain time. You know, everything was kind of, oh man, I've got all of this to do now. But finally, I'm finally getting back on track now. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Getting back on track, and things are looking good again with me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot happier. I'm feeling more in control now. So yeah, I know that I spent 6 minutes explaining, and you can always fast forward it and stuff if you don't care, which is fine. I don't mind. You come for the reading, that's fair enough. But I just wanted to put out this kind of blanket message to everyone why I hadn't been on my YouTube channel for 3 weeks, because I've been so poorly, and also because I had to try and I've not been on recently at all because I've been doing the year aheads and I just haven't had time. I'm still doing year aheads at the moment, but finally I'm getting down on the number, so I'm finally able to kind of sneak a few hours in to get YouTube stuff done. So the readings are going to be this week from the 7th to the 13th of December, so from Saturday the 7th to December the 13th, which is Friday the 13th. I'm not really that superstitious like that. Sorry if some of you guys are. But yeah, we're going to be doing the reading from that date. I just wanted to come and say hi, guys. I missed you terribly. To all of you guys that emailed me and messaged me to see where I was, and you know, there were genuinely a lot of you, and you know, saying, you know, I hope you haven't given up the channel, and you know, it really touched my heart, because it was at that point as well that I realised just how important this channel is to a lot of people. We don't get the most views, of course I don't. There are readers out there that are getting 100,000 views per video. Fair play to them, good for them, God bless them, I wish them well. But what we do on here, I think, is just so special, from just the way that people come and say, oh my God, Carol, I hope you haven't given up the channel. It really, to be honest with you, it made me cry, because I just thought, my God, I haven't given up this channel. I know that even if it's just a few minutes every week, for whatever sign I'm reading for, that for some people that's invaluable, and it's giving them help, and it's assisting them, and it's helping them to improve their life and to make really important decisions going forward. So thank you so much for all of you guys that emailed to see where I was. I'm absolutely fine. God has really taken me through. My twin sister, my brother-in-law, amazing people. My little niece Ella as well, amazing. They just really took care of me. God carried me through. Honestly, I was in that much pain. It was terrible. It was really, oh man. But you know, when you come to the other, when you come out the other side of something, and you just like, oh, I got through that. I know some people suffer from worse illnesses and stuff, I'm just saying. But anyway, we're going to get on with the reading now. I'm really glad to be back. I'm really excited to show you as well some of the decks that I got for my birthday. So if you want to see some of those decks, I think that you're gonna need to go. Where should I put this bit? I think I'll put it after the intro, actually. I'm going to show you the cards that we're using for this week. So if you want to see some of the new decks that I got, it's funny because I actually bought, remember I got this Dark Mansion Tower a few months ago out of my own pocket, paid about 70 odd quid for this, and then my family got me the smaller deck. Brilliant, they got me this for my birthday, so I can't wait to use this small deck in the reading this week, and I'm going to show you some of the other decks that I got as well for my birthday that I'm going to be using this week for the reading. Alright, so without further ado, guys, I know it took a long time. You think, for fuck's sake, get on with it. If you don't like it, guys, just, you know, fast forward the intro. But yeah, love you guys loads, and look forward to doing your reading, and sit back and enjoy. We're just going to focus now on the cards. Love you. Mwah. See you soon. Hi guys, so I want you to see the decks that we're using this week. I think I'm using slightly less, actually. I love using different decks together just to see what repeats. For your weekly check-in that we always do, we use one of the newest decks that I've got for my birthday. Some of these, well actually no, all of these. These three I bought for myself. The Dark Mansion Tarot, where have I put that? Where did I put that? There it is. The Dark Mansion Tarot, that's the one that I thought there was something missing. That's the one that I'm using for the 10 card readings afterwards, the career and the finance. Let's push this up a little bit here. I just want to get a really kind of close-up look on the stuff this week. So these three I bought for myself. This one was bought for me. Modern Witch Tarot deck we're using. Incredible deck by Lisa Stirl. Is it usually Lisa Stirl? I think it is Lisa Stirl. And I tell you, this was like really inexpensive. That I paid something like, I think, $15.99 on Amazon, down from $21.99. And the cardstock on this is almost like you're buying an indie deck. It is a little bit glossy, but it's a really, really, really lovely deck. I'm probably going to do a new channel with reviews. Let me know, guys, if you want me to start up a review channel on tarot decks. This is a new deck as well that I purchased myself. This actually came only a few days ago. Indie deck by Isabella Rotman. This Might Hurt tarot deck. Probably my favourite deck alongside the Dark Mansion Tarot and my Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And this is also a new deck. Now, this is a mass-produced deck, but it started off, obviously, as an indie deck by Chris Ann. Now, I didn't manage to do the Kickstarter because I didn't know it was on Kickstarter. I don't really buy from Kickstarter. I didn't really back Kickstarter. I should do. I'm probably going to start doing that. It's something I thought I'd start doing in the new year. But also, I didn't know about this at all. Not until I saw it advertised on Amazon when I was looking through, and I thought, wow, that looks amazing. So, I actually got this from WH Smith in the UK, and this was £11.66. down from $16.99. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Cardstock not that great. It's already started to fray on the side, screw shuffling, and that's over a course of a couple of days. I'm probably going to edge this deck anyway in green, because the indie deck is actually edged in green. This deck is, so I'm probably going to do that. Amazing. So we're using that for the weekly check-in. We're also going to use for your advice, your spiritual advice, another deck that I got for myself, which is the Everyday Witch Oracle. You know that I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot. I'm using the Everyday Witch Oracle by Deborah Blake. Now, for your 10-card career and love reading, we're using my smaller, which my family gave me for my birthday, smaller Dark Mansion Tarot deck. And for your spiritual advice, we're using the Tea Leaf Fortune cards and also the Blessed Bee cards by Lucy Cavendish. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the reading. Let's have a look then, Aries, at who you guys are between the 7th and the 13th of December 2019. You're showing as being the Queen of Wands. Lovely. Brilliant. Queen of Wands is excellent energy to show us because she's proactive, she's motivated, she's filled with lots and lots of energy, she's excited, she has a can-do attitude. She is someone who does not know the word no. So she doesn't accept the word no. You can't say no to the Queen of Wands because she'll just find a way to make things happen. And I think, Aries, this is wonderful. And actually, this is you, isn't it? This is your court card. Queen of Wands is ruled by Aries, but she can actually be seen as a Leo as well because she's fire. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but in the main, she's actually an Aries card. So that's definitely you guys on the card, Aries. And it's lovely that I'm seeing you guys like this because you are. You're making things happen, you're quite excited, you seem to be extraordinarily enthusiastic, and you might also be attracting in lots of attention as well during that week, Aries, because when you're a Queen of Wands, everybody is just attracted to your energy. Everybody loves your energy. You've just got such a vibrancy and such an excitement about you. You're really taking the lead. You're really kind of showing who's in charge with the Aries card of Queen of Wands energy. So you're a lovely energy in the week. Let's have a look at what the reason is for that. The reason for that is because of the Three of Coins. So I certainly feel that there are projects, there are collaborations, there are people that you're working with the Three of Coins energy. And I feel that with the Queen of Wands energy, it could be that you're showing as feeling really enthusiastic and also really confident as well. I think that you do show as being really confident, actually, with that Queen of Wands about a group of people or about a collaborative experience that you're going through with that Three of Coins energy. Because the Three of Coins is all about working with people. It's all about collaborating. It's all about cooperation with the Three of Coins energy. It's all about working to bring a plan to fruition with the Three of Coins energy. And I feel that you're very, very confident, Aries, in the week between the 7th and the 13th of December. You're very confident that there's a collaboration, a plan that you've been working on, that you're going to bring this to fruition with that Three of Coins. I think you're very confident in terms of the people that you work with those cards showing there. Let's have a look at what your goal is for the week. King of Wands. I certainly feel that your goal is to take charge with this King of Wands energy. You know, kings act out in the outside world. So with the Queen of Wands energy, I mean, they're very, very similar cards energy. Very, very similar cards, sorry. But with the Queen of Wands, she's extraordinarily motivated. She's determined. She's ambitious. She's extraordinarily confident in her abilities. But usually what she does is she'll take the ideas that she has. She already knows exactly what she's doing. So if this was a work situation, for example, being the Queen of Wands means that you're at a point where you are completely confident in your skills and your abilities. But being the King of Wands, this means that you're moving up a gear. You know, you might be very confident in what you do as the Queen, but with the King, if your goal is to be the King, it probably is to be a higher level than that Queen. So you guys, it might also be, because the Three of Coins isn't just about collaboration. This can be an interview card, for example. So this Three of Coins indicates people who are recognising your skills, people who are taking notice of your skills. And some of you guys might be feeling very, very confident. Maybe there's a certain amount of confidence that people are really kind of taking note of your skills. People recognise you for your abilities and your talents, that type of thing. Especially if it's like an interview or something like that, Aries, or, you know, it's about presenting yourself to others. I think that you're very, very confident about how people actually perceive and see you as well with that Three of Coins. And it might be that your goal for the week with the King of Wands energy is to take complete control of a situation, but also it might be, if, say, for example, it was an interview situation, your goal for the week, Aries, might be, I want to get higher than the Queen. I want to be higher than where I am right now. I want to be in the absolute, you know, in a place of authority. I want to be higher. King of Wands is going to be higher than that Queen. So once you reach the King of Wands stage, especially if it's work or something, you know that you've actually got that promotion. So some of you guys, your goal is to get promoted. For some of you guys, your goal is to kind of like really take charge of a situation with the King of Wands energy. Your goal might be to make, you know, certain decisions with the King of Wands energy. But I don't actually think it's that. I think because you're very confident in a group that you're working with, I feel that the goal for the week might be, whatever this project is that you're working, it might be, my goal is, perhaps with the King of Wands energy, to completely take ownership for this, to completely take charge of this. Maybe the goal is to launch something with the King of Wands. Kings act out in the outside world. So the goal with the King of Wands would literally to be in charge or to take charge of a matter. Let's have a look at the next one, Aries. So what is it, the obstacle you need to overcome? I don't think that you've got enough experiences yet to do that, if I'm being honest, because you've got a page, you see. The Page of Cups is somebody who is a bit of a dreamer, I won't lie. Page of Cups is a dreamer. Page of Cups is someone who lives in a little bit of an illusion. This is a fantasist as well, but also the Page of Cups is, you know, he's younger than that King and that Queen. He's got less experience. So the obstacle you might need to overcome is that there is a lack of experience. You know, it feels to me like you're really confident in a project, or you're really confident in a team that you're working with, or a group that you're working with, and your goal would be with this King of Wands energy to take complete control, take complete charge. Maybe it's to launch something. Maybe you completely believe in a project or someone that you're working with. You say, yeah, my goal now is to completely launch this thing, to completely put it out there, to assert myself on this now. Maybe it's to assert the project, to put the project forward, that type of thing. But that Page of Cups showing there, Aries, would be, well, the obstacle you need to overcome, it might be a little bit of a fantasy at the moment. It might be a little bit of an illusion at the moment. Maybe you just don't have the experience, or you don't have as much skills as you think you do, because you're very confident in these areas here. Extraordinarily confident in these areas here, Aries. But this card is the card about naivety as well. So the obstacle you might need to overcome is that you're being probably, if it's not a lack of experience, then more than likely it's that you're being a little bit naive about the situation. You're not ready yet to launch whatever this Three of Coins situation is here. What could you be achieving, though, within the week or by the end of the week? The Magician. Well, I certainly feel that you're achieving, kind of starting to create this thing, because you've got the Magician. The Magician is the card about creation and manifestation. So you're achieving Magician, all right, whereby you've got all of the tools, and you've got, and this is the good thing in a way. If we kind of took this reading back and we said that, for example, Aries, you're working within a team of people. You're very confident in that. You're very confident about a project that you're working on. Your goal is to launch it, to assert it, to put it out there, to talk about it, maybe with the King of Wands energy. Maybe the goal is with whatever the project is that you're very confident in, Aries. Maybe the goal with that King of Wands is literally to start kind of broadcasting it. So talking about it. I mean, this could have easily been a page here, I guess. But this is really kind of, I think with this King of Wands, it's literally, if the goal is the king and not the page, then this is literally something like giving some form of, I wouldn't say some form of conference on it, but literally, you know, putting yourself in the forefront. So this would probably be presenting yourself and talking about this project as yourself. So this might be doing something face to face. But you're definitely, I think, with this King of Wands, ready to launch. No matter, it doesn't matter, I guess, whether we have the page or the king. They do kind of the same job sometimes. They both talk, they both communicate. Okay, especially when it comes to things like the internet, for example. Your goal might be, well, you know what? I'm really confident about this project that we're working on. And you know what? My goal now is to launch this. It's to literally put it out there, to broadcast it with the King of Wands energy showing here. Because I think this would be you rather than somebody else. And this is you taking charge of this whole thing, broadcasting it, sending out the messages, sending out the leaflets, sending out the flyers, whatever it is with this King of Wands. Because King of Wands is all about PR as well. All right, so what you're doing with the King of Wands is you're literally broadcasting what that project is. You're talking about it. You're letting people know about it. You know, you're putting all this information out with the King of Wands energy showing here. But I just feel that you need to overcome the obstacle of that you might be a little bit naive about this right now. It might be that there's certain things that you need to tweak. However, what you could be achieving is the magician status, where you've got everything in place. Because I see all of these things on the table with the pentacle, with the sword, you know, with the wand and with the cup, as being every single element is now in place. So we'll use the word element. What you could be achieving, though, is that you have all of the elements in place. They're ready to go. But it might be that there's just some tweaking that you need to do. What is it that you need to avoid here, Aries? The Two of Cups. I feel that you need to avoid doing something as... it's interesting, because Two of Cups is the card of partnerships. Okay? And friendships. Alright? And for some reason, you need to avoid this Two of Cups. Getting too close to something here. Or something about a partnership. For some reason, something about a partnership with that Two of Cups you need to avoid. Or an agreement. It might be something about an agreement here. Let's have a look at what you need to embrace. Okay, so the Empress is all about creativity and growth and nurturing. I think that you need to embrace that this thing needs a bit more nurturing, if I'm being completely honest with you, with the Empress. Because the Empress means that you've got to nurture something. You've got to grow it, you've got to nurture it, you've got to water it, you've got to look after it. I think that you have to embrace that this needs more nurturing with that Empress energy. I think you need to avoid kind of getting yourself into any agreements over whatever this is. That's what I think it is that you need to do, because this thing needs more nurturing. It needs more time. You need to kind of stir the pot a little bit more here, Aries, before you actually launch or put this thing out or decide that you want to, you know, you're going to shake hands on some form of an agreement. You know, you're really confident about something. I mean, I'll give you an example. This could be something, for example, like something that you have, like you've invented, for example, and you say, you know, I've been collaborating with a group. I'm really confident about the work that we've been doing. My goal now is to broadcast this as the King of Wands energy, you know, to get the PR out there, to get the, you know, to get the information out there about this product that we've been working on, you know, to maybe the goal is to speak to different companies, for example, with the King of Wands, because that's something that the King of Wands would do. He's no longer at the page stage. This king knows what he's doing. He's an entrepreneur. So what an entrepreneur would do is he would go out, he would contact different companies. He would say, I've got this amazing product, for example. You know, can I come in and show you the prototype, or can I talk about it, or talk to you about it, or can we set up a meeting? So this is more actually than the page. This isn't just communicate. This is setting up meetings. This is kind of like doing the higher level stuff. And your goal would be to do that because you're so confident about whatever this project is, whatever this collaboration is you've been working on. Avoid, though, being naive. You need to overcome the obstacle that you, with the Page of Cups energy, it's either that you need to overcome the obstacle that you're being a bit naive about it, this thing is not ready to go yet, or this is in its very early stages, because the pages are the early stages as well of the tarot. So it might be that you have to overcome the obstacle that this thing is not the finished article as yet. That's the obstacle. And especially if you want to go out there in Aries and you want to talk about something, you want to communicate how fantastic this product is, you know, or you know, this thing is that you've been working on. But it might be the obstacle you need to overcome is if your goal is to go out and talk about it, to, you know, share this knowledge, to talk to different companies, to get different people on board, because that's what the King of Wands job is. He's an entrepreneur, he's a business person, you know, he's a wheeler, he's a dealer, he's a negotiator. So, you know, the goal is to do all of this at a higher level rather than what a page would do. A page would just send the messages around the internet. This guy would go out and meet people and talk to high level people and that type of thing. But it might be that the obstacle you need to overcome is that with this Page of Cups, Aries, that this is not the finished article. This thing is still as well in the early stages. You do have all of the elements there though. That's what you're achieving. You've got all the elements there. They're all ready to put together. Just a bit more tweaking. Avoid getting, you know, agreeing to anything concerning whatever that project is. Avoid shaking hands and agreeing on stuff when something isn't ready to go yet. And embrace that there's more time that's needed to nurture this thing with the Empress. If you need help or advice, who can you go to? Oh, why have we got this Queen of Cups reversed? What the... Oh, that's interesting. You can go to the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Let me think about that now for a moment. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Why would you go to a Queen of Cups reverse? Why would you go to a Queen of Cups reversed? Okay. I think that you need to go to someone who has learnt a very valuable lesson in terms of making the wrong decisions, perhaps. Go to someone who's experienced, because she's a reversal, you see. So often the Queen of Cups in the reverse has been hurt. You know, she's been hurt by something. She's been damaged by something with the Queen of Cups in the reverse. It could also be, don't go to any close friends then. Don't go to any close family. Go to someone who can give you a completely unbiased point of view. Because the Queen of Cups in the upright is somebody who's very loving. And somebody who's emotionally very connected to you, somebody who is emotionally very understanding, they sympathise, they're likely to say, yeah, you could, you know, you'd be blah, blah. Maybe you need to go to somebody who is completely disconnected to you. And actually, I want to think about it in that way. That's how I'm going to explain this. Go to someone who's completely disconnected. Go to someone who's going to tell you what you need to know and not necessarily what you want to know with that Queen of Cups in the reverse. Something is going to go. Something is going to happen. Something that is meant to evolve for you, Aries, is going to evolve. But I don't believe it's right now. I believe whether it's love, whether it's business, whatever it is, there is something here that needs more time to cook down. There's something here that needs more time to nurture. You know, there's something that needs to be nurtured a little bit more. You've got all of the elements there, which is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic, Aries, and bloody hell well done. Absolutely well done, because it's great to see people who are confident in their, you know, in their beliefs. So they're confident in a project, they're confident in a group that they've been working with, or, you know, they're confident in whoever it is that they've been collaborating with. That's great, and they're ready now to go and speak their truth and say, hey, you know, roll up, look at this, whatever the case is. King of Wands is confident, he's an orator, he's a communicator, he'll go out there, he'll speak, he'll set things up. That's great. But I believe that something is very much at the early stages. And if you were to go out there and speak about whatever this is, Aries, that Page of Cups is saying, well, you're going to have to go out there and speak in the knowledge that something is really not ready to go just yet, because it's still very much in its early stages, and there's still a little bit of naivety in terms of what you think you're going to get out of it. Avoid any type of agreement concerning that Three of Coins energy, because it's just not ready yet. You've got all the elements, they're ready to go, but you need to nurture this. This is what I was saying about tweaking this a little bit more. You need to nurture it a bit more. You need to tweak it a bit more with that Empress energy. Go to someone who's unbiased. Don't go to someone who's going to tell you, because I get the feeling that you'll go to someone who will want to tell you what you want to know. Yeah, go and do it. Go and do it. It's ready. Yeah, dear. No, don't worry about that. It's just at the early stages. Don't worry about that you don't know enough. It's all right. It's absolutely fine. Just go and do it. And then you go and do it, Aries, and you make a balls up of it. All right, go to somebody who's not probably that connected to you. Maybe go to someone who's not a family member, for example, or a friend, close friend, or something like that. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is. I'm going to use the Witch's Oracle. You'll see, if you want to see the cards that I'm using this week, go check on the timestamp, and that will show you what cards I'm using for this reading. What's the advice you have for Aries on this reading, please? Right, that one wants to come out. it says follow your dreams. And I do believe that you should follow your dreams, absolutely 100%. But I also believe that something isn't ready because of that page in the overcoming of obstacle position. Pages are young, they're untried, they're untested, and they are at the beginning stage of things. Okay, so that's why I feel that yes, follow your dreams. Carry on nurturing this thing. You have all of the elements. You've got all the raw elements here, Aries. And you can carry on nurturing this thing. But I really wouldn't rush into putting anything out there just yet with the King of Wands energy. I really wouldn't. Not until this thing is right and ready to go. Not until it's ripe. It's not ripe yet. It still needs, still needs a bit of cooking down. Simple as that. All right, bear with me, my darlings. And I'm going to come back with your work reading. Okay, okay, Aries, let's have a quick look at this. What do we see in terms of work? Oh, nice, Queen of Coins. So I often see her as the card that indicates that work is fine. Work should be secure with this Queen of Coins energy. Queen of Coins is all about being financially secure, comfortable. It's also about gaining money, gaining financial. There's something about gaining something more financially with this Queen of Coins. You could just be gaining something with the Queen of Coins energy showing here. Oh, this is lovely. I mean, yeah, we do have a 10, and 10s are end of cycles, but I don't always read the 10s as end of cycles. So I don't see the point in always doing it like that, because not unless there's a card here that indicates for me that there's like an ace or something that says this is the ending and this is the new beginning here. We'll have a look at what the next one is. No, okay, we've got a 5 of Wands here. I think that some of you guys are you're very secure in your work. You're secure and you're happy in your work because you've got a 10 of Cups here, and the 10 of Cups is about emotional contentment. So when I get Cups in work readings, they're all about feeling emotionally content. They're the emotional aspect of how you feel. For example, if you had a 5 of Cups in a work reading, that could show somebody who feels really down or depressed or really kind of, who's not happy with their work. Same with the 4 of Cups. With the 10 of Cups, you should be feeling quite happy and emotionally content and satisfied. And I am seeing you guys feeling very comfortable with that Queen of Coins and very contented with the 10. But I do feel that there are some worries here with this 5 of Wands energy. Let's have a look at the next one here. I think there are worries about a King of Swords, an authority figure. Some of you guys, you've got an authority figure around you. It shows as a King of Swords. And I think that some of you guys are feeling probably, I think that you're happy and you're comfortable in the work that you do and even in the environment that you work in, Aries. But I do feel with that 5 of Wands, there's a lot of kind of worry and fear and anxiety. This isn't just about fighting as well. I mean, some of you guys might be fighting with a King of Swords, but it could also be that there's anxiety here as well, because this is very much an internal card. So some of you guys feeling a great deal of anxiety, fear and worry around an authority figure with this King of Swords energy showing here. I think that some of you guys are really worried that an authority figure or the people in authority are going to sack you, or there's going to be sackings. Because when you get the 5 of Coins in a work reading, this is someone who's getting the sack. This is somebody who's getting let go from a job. All right, because this is being turfed out of a job. So some of you guys, you're feeling very secure and happy and contented in your job, but there's a real sense of dread with that 5 of Wands and worry that the powers that be, King of Swords energy, because King of Swords are always authority figures, are going to cast you out. So some of you guys are worrying that you're going to lose your jobs. Either this side of Christmas or, in January coming. Let's have a look at the next one. Queen of Wands, which is you, Aries, showing here. There's a confidence here, though. Queen of Wands energy showing here. The Knight of Coins energy. Well, I feel that some of you guys are taking an action here. But I feel that with the Knight of Coins energy, the Knight of Coins is slow. So some of you guys might be slow to act, though. Because if you look at the two cards, they're different in terms of movement. The Queen of Wands is going to act. The Knight of Coins is going to go slow. He's not going to act. So some of you guys, I feel, though, are slow with this Knight of Coins to take any action with that Queen. I.e. you yourself. You're slow to act in this area here. Let's have a look at the next one. 2 of Wands energy. Some of you guys I think are a bit of a crossroads here with this 2 of Wands energy, whether you should stay or whether you should go. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of worries here. It's about the unknown. You're a bit of a crossroads. You don't really know what's going on with the moon energy in this situation showing here. Let's have a look here. The Knight of Wands energy showing here. So the Knight of Wands is movement. Okay, so this would be moving from a job. But I do feel that you're very slow to act, Aries showing here. I think that you're at a crossroads here. I think that you might fear taking a bit of action. You might fear taking any action, and then maybe there's nothing to worry about as well. It's funny because you've got one water card here and one fire card. Sagittarius, this is Jupiter in Sagittarius, so this is all about exploration. It's all about is it Jupiter in Sagittarius? I can't quite remember. This is definitely Sagittarius energy though, and Sagittarians like to be free. They like movement. They like to explore different territories, different things. This is the card about movement and change. You've got the moon energy here. I think that you're worried here. I think that you are. There's a little bit of nervousness on this card, even though she doesn't look nervous. There's kind of like if you look at the moon energy, it's unknown. You know, you look behind her, there's a few lights on here in an apartment. There's a few trees. I've just noticed that there's a really cute dog standing behind, watching there. Let me just have a look at this dog. I never saw this before. How cute. Oh my God, look at that. He's like, He's so cute. Yeah, there's a dog standing behind her. I just want to have a look at what she's doing with that ribbon in her hand. She's holding a ribbon. There's a dog behind her as well. There's some animal behind her. Some scary little monster animal standing behind her as well. But she's holding and this moon, the ribbon that she holds reminds me of the water on the normal moon card here. So it's almost like she's holding... I don't think she's holding her emotions on the card, but it's almost like there's poker face. But if you look at her, can you see, it's almost like she's submerged by water. Can you see all those kind of zaggedy things around her neck? It's almost like she's submerged by water. I think that you're submerged by emotion, by fear. I would call the water in the moon card, in this particular one, especially fear. I think that you're submerged by fear. That's why you're slow to act, because you're submerged with that moon energy by fear. Okay? You're submerged by the fear of having to move, having to leave. That's why you're slow to act, because you actually like it where you are. So what I'm seeing for work then is that we'll do this quickly again, and we're going to get the cards out so that we can start doing the advice cards for you as well. I feel that what's going on today, terrible things moving around. I think what's going on here then, Aries, is that you guys, you look to be very comfortable with that Queen of Coins energy showing here, and the Ten of Cups. You look to be very, very comfortable in the work that you do. All right, and you look to be happy in your environment to a certain extent. All right, I do feel that there's a few things happening in work. Even though you're very comfortable, I do feel that you have problems. And there's a lot of problems that you have with this king here. I feel that with the two queens showing in the reading, the problems that you might have with this king is that there seems to be a very, I don't know whether there's gossip, but usually when you get two queens in a reading, sometimes it can be females that don't get along, and sometimes it's just simply people are not getting along. So, and with that Five of Wands there as well, you've got two fives in the reading as well, indicating that there are challenges. So I do see, I'll be honest with you, Aries, a couple of challenges that you're facing in work, all right, between the 7th and the 13th. Number one, I think even though you're happy in the work that you do, okay, and even though you're comfortable, and some of you guys have thought to yourself, you know what, actually, I wouldn't mind a change because I've got these challenges going on with this King of Swords here, all right? And also you might have challenges going on with other colleagues, like females as well, that type of thing. But I feel that, and especially as you've got the moon card here as well, you could have a female here that's quite aggressive too with the Knight of Wands energy, all right? Because moons in reading, you could have a couple of females, for example. Moons in a reading can also be feminine energy. You've got the number 2 here as well, and you've got the forceful and aggressive energy of the Knight of Wands energy. He's not as aggressive as the Knight of Swords, but this person can be pretty full on if they want to be as well. So what I'm seeing from the reading, and you've got 2 knights as well. So you've got 2 fives, you've got 2 knights, and you've got 2 queens, Aries, in the reading. 2 queens in a reading means gossip and means enemies. All right, especially for a female querent. 2 knights in a reading means changes are happening, and also you've got a passive Knight of Pentacles and an aggressive Knight of Wands. So you might have somebody here who's quite passive aggressive. Passive Knight of Pentacles, aggressive Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands has got to be aggressive, Aries, in order to do what he does. In order to achieve anything, he's got to be, you know, very bold, very brash, you know, very confident, and sometimes that can be aggressive as well. The Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords are very similar characters. So I do feel that what you've got around you, Aries, if I'm being honest here, is a few things actually you're facing. I think number one, I do see some of you guys are happy with what you get paid and your environment is quite nice. But I do feel that you've got a problem. I think that number one, there are anxieties for some of you guys that people in authority, the King of Swords, are going to be sacking a few people. They're going to be making a few cuts. And I think that you're worried about losing a really pretty lucrative job that some of you guys have got going on. The other thing that I think is going on for you here, Aries, in terms of the work that you do, is that you've got these 2 5s indicating challenges. Now, I think some of you guys, not only do you have challenges with a pretty kind of strict and quite rude at times boss. He's not the reverse, so he's not the worst, but he can be, whether it's male or female, pretty rude. So I think that you're dealing probably with somebody who's quite abrupt as well, quite brash and forceful. So Knight of Wands and that King of Swords, somebody who's quite brash and quite forceful. When they want something done, they want it done now. So you might be facing challenges with that type of person as well. Might also be that you've got challenges that you're facing here as well, Aries, with other females, for example, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles energy. So you might have, you know, a few problems, some competitive energy you might be experiencing around females, or you just might have some problems with females, okay? Also, you might be dealing with a pretty forceful female as well, because that moon can represent feminine energy, and this is somebody who's quite forceful. So you might be dealing with somebody who's quite forceful. It might be because you've got 2 queens in the reading, you're dealing with a couple of very forceful females as well, and that might be getting to you. But I do feel by the end of the day, some of you guys are very reluctant with that Knight of Wands energy to take any action. All right. I feel because you might be worried with that moon energy as well. You might be fearing change, for example, with that Knight of Wands energy, doing something out because you're so comfortable as well. All right. That's what I'm seeing for work. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is for the work reading. Aries. So let's have a look at career, and we're going to get the this up here. So Universe Spirit, in 3 cards, what is the advice you have for career for Aries? In 3 cards, what is the advice that you have for career for Aries? Show me. So we're going to get 1, 2, and 3. We've got our 3 cards down there. Let's have a quick look at this, Aries. So you got the pineapple first. There's going to be a reconciliation. Let's have a look. Temporary situation. And chain of events that will affect your life. So I feel that there could be it's interesting in work, but there could be a temporary situation, a temporary reconciliation, or a reconciliation that's temporary. There's a chain of events that's going to happen that might affect your life in work as well, okay? But it might be that this is a temporary situation as well. So it might be that there's a chain of events that will affect your life in work. It will be a temporary situation, and after that you might have the reconciliation. All right, so you might kind of be able to kind of resolve the situation, as it were. Let's have a quick look at what's going on for your wealth, for money. Let's see what the cards are saying about your finances between the 7th and the 13th. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Aries and their finances, please? What is the advice that you have for Aries and their finances in 3 cards? So 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So we've got 3 cards down for finances. Let's see what the universe has to say about that, Aries. So we've got the ring. And the ring is a marriage will take. So this would be a business partnership probably. You've got the crown. So honor and respect will come to you, which is nice. That's lovely. So this is, your finances are looking good because you've got a partnership on the horizon, one in which that will bring honor and respect. And let's have a look at the next one. And the feather. So someone you know is undependable and insincere. All right, be careful of that, because I feel that even though there might be a business partnership on the horizons, it seems to bring honor and respect and that type of thing. Just make sure that whoever it is that you're getting into bed with, business-wise, that they're going to be dependable and sincere. All right, bear with me. We're going to come back with your love reading, please. Thank you. Okay, Aries, we've got the cards down. Let's have a look. So, All right, this is for love, obviously. Five of Coins. Five of Coins has a couple of different meanings. Well, a few different meanings. That card can mean to cheat because you're going outside of the morality. You know, you're going outside of a marriage. That church is the sanctity of the marriage. You're going outside of it. So that can be cheating. The Five of Coins can also be you're going through thick and thin with the partner. So you're going through the bad times as well as the good times. So this is a card of supporting one another too. But the Five of Coins can also show when somebody's rejecting you or you're rejecting them. Let's have a look at the next card. Okay, I think that it's interesting because this is already tricky because here we have the Two of Cups. Now that can be people who support one another within a relationship. Let's have a look at another one, the other one. Page of Coins. I actually feel that this is support because we've got a really good card here. I think that there is support within your relationships this week, Aries, with these cards. And I feel that with the Page of Coins energy, that this is all about you guys. You have this desire to build something for the future. The Page of Coins in a love reading can be to just take a closer look at the relationship. It's about being more responsible. It's about having an earthly desire to build something in a relationship with that Page of Coins energy. So how I feel that this is in terms of love is, I'm going to read this as support rather than rejection. I don't feel that this is rejection. I just feel that this card would have been more negative if it had been. I feel that you're looking at, if you look at what he's doing with the coin, he's looking at the coin and he's looking at the potential. So actually I feel that there's a great deal of support that you're going to find in your relationships, and that for you and the partner, you're actually with this Page of Coins looking at the potential of the future with this Page of Coins energy showing here. You may be looking at the potential of a future that involves commitment, marriage perhaps, with that Hierophant energy showing there. The Hermit, but the Hermit card is withdrawing. That's interesting, isn't it? However, I don't think that one of you is as interested as the other one is, because I think that the Hermit is kind of looking outside of that Hierophant energy. I just feel that one of you, I think that, I don't know who it is, Aries, whether it's you or whether it's the other person, but I do feel, and it's interesting then, because the Five of Coins, the Five of Coins, the Five of Coins. I'm still going to read that card and say that there is support. There's support. It might be that one of you is going through a difficult time and you're being supported by the partner. So I'm seeing support by a partner. It may be that if you're being supported, Aries, you're looking at the potential for marriage in the future. But I just feel that one of you is with this Hermit energy, not so interested. One of you seems to be a little bit withdrawn, I think, with this Hermit energy showing here. But then the Hermit card can be looking into things, taking a closer look into things as well. The World energy. So the World energy can talk about goals. It can talk about a new cycle beginning with the World energy. The World energy can talk about a soulmate, for example, when you get the World energy. It can talk about an achievement. Okay, so we've got the Four of Cups showing here. I feel that there are physical restrictions in this relationship. Now, the world is ruled by Saturn. All right, now Saturn is the planet of boundaries and limitations. All right, and this is earthly boundaries and limitations. So usually the woman in the center of this circle here, she can also be bound. So her physical, her abilities to go outside of that circle, it can be very limited. So this can be physical limitations because Saturn is also rules the planet Capricorn. Capricorn is not planet, sorry, rules the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is all about earthly pleasures, earthly things. Okay, if you look at Capricorn and the Devil card, they're the same sort of thing. It's all about those restrictions. It can be a card about wealth, yes, but it can also be that you are enslaved by wealth, or you're enslaved by money, or you're enslaved by the human body. This can definitely be physical restrictions. I feel that the physical restrictions are, for some of you guys, I think that there is a partner here that you're not with. I think it feels to me like this might be a long distance relationship that some of you guys are involved with. And I feel there's unhappiness here. I think with the World energy being the long distance relationship, that's why you've got these kind of physical boundaries in this relationship, because you're not always together with the partner. I think this is bringing some unhappiness into the relationship with that Four of Cups energy showing up here. But I do feel that you're putting a brave face on things with the Nine of Cups energy showing up here. Seven of Wands energy. So the Seven of Wands energy is all about, sometimes this is a request. So the Seven of Wands, these people here are requesting something. They're asking their fingers, they're like, can I have it? So there's a request here. Let's have a look at the Seven of Wands energy here. But the Two of Swords energy. I think there's a request for you to consider maybe with the Two of Swords energy. See, it's very easy to say that you face challenges with the Seven of Wands energy. I actually do. No. Actually, I'm going to change this to that, actually. In a love reading, this can be people who are showing you interest. And I'm going to read this in a couple of ways. I think that some of you guys, I feel that you're the one that's really dedicated to this relationship. I think the person that you're with is dedicated to you as well. But I get the impression that they are less interested in marriage and settling down than you are. That's what I'm getting from this reading. And I feel that what's happening here is that there's a physical limitation here. The physical limitation is probably in terms of where you live. So it feels like some of you guys are in a long distance relationship with someone here, Aries, and there's unhappiness about that. I think it's from your point of view. I think you're not happy with the fact that this relationship, you don't get to see this partner all the time. I do feel that you're putting a brave face on things, though, with the Nine of Cups energy showing here. All right, and you're trying to ignore the challenges that you're facing, because the Two of Swords can simply be just ignoring. So you're trying just to ignore the challenges that you're facing here as well. It could also be for some of you guys that whilst there is, and we could say, you know, the Five of Coins. No, this is a card of rejection usually. So we could say that even though there is support, you and the partner are going through a little bit of a trial with the Five of Coins. Okay, even though you're still going through a bit of a trial within this relationship with that Two of Cups, I feel that you're still looking at the potential of marriage for some of you guys with that Hierophant energy. I feel that the partner may not be so inclined to do this because they seem to be a little bit more outside of the situation with that Hermit. It could also be because that Nine of Cups there is pleasure. This person likes getting lots of attention. So this person takes pleasure in getting lots of attention showing here. So it might be that this person kind of with this Hermit energy is a little bit of a mental crossroad with their Two of Swords. They're facing a decision as well. So if you find that you're more inclined to think about marriage, because even though you seem to be at a distance, you're not happy about it, there's still support within the relationship, and you're saying, you know, well, there is distance, I don't like it, but this person still calls me every day, we're going through a bit of a trial, but we're sticking it out together in this relationship, because this relationship with the Two of Cups holds great potential. Remember, the Page of Coins Aries is holding potential in his hands. So even though there might be physical limitations like distance between you and the partner here, like literally like living in different kind of cities, different, different countries, whatever, and you're unhappy about it, Aries, it may be with that Five of Coins energy that you say, you know what, but we're seeing it through. We're going through thick and thin together because this relationship to a Cups holds great potential. And you're looking at the potential probably for marriage. I do feel the partner, for some of you, the partner will not be interested because I feel with the Nine of Cups, they indulge a great deal in having pleasure. And that pleasure is having lots of people that are interested in them. So it might be that they're a little bit distant, or they're trying to distance themselves from the idea of marriage or, you know, really solid commitment. Might be with the Two of Swords energy, because the Two of Swords, I think this is Libra. It might be Libra ruled by Venus, actually. This is the story of this card is there was a young girl. This is a young woman who is faced with a choice between two lovers. But there are multiple people here, okay? And she doesn't really know what's going to happen in the future. So with this Two of Swords, she has to kind of just focus on her intuition. And I do feel that this lover, for some of you guys, if you find that a lover is a little bit distancing themselves from committing to you entirely, it might be Aries, because they're faced with a decision between you and whether they just want to have a good time and get loads of attention, you know, just have, you know, various kind of dates, but nothing too serious with those two cards as well. Very interesting reading, okay. Some of you guys, finally, it might be, yeah, there's distance, you're not happy about it, you're sticking with the partner, though, through thick and thin, the relationship holds potential, you're looking at the potential of marriage, but the partner, but it might be with the Hermit as well, that this is going to be a slow process, and you understand that. I mean, with the Two of Swords, this is great insight, so it might be that you go through thick and thin with the partner, Aries, as well. There's you understand that there's this relationship has potential for marriage, but insightfully you hold this great insight that this over a period is going to take a long time with that Hermit energy showing here, because there are physical restrictions. It might be that your partner works for the armed forces, or they're always traveling, or in the army, or something like that. So you might, with that Two of Swords, hold this great insight that it's going to be a long time coming, because Hermit as the timing card is a very, very long time. it's very slow. So you might have that insight that this is going to take a long, long time, and that you are going to, with this Seven of Wands energy, just weather the storm. You're just going to take charge, and you're just going to ignore the fact that the person isn't here with you, you know, at the moment. Let's have a quick look at what the love advice is for you guys. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Aries and love? What is the advice that you have for Aries and love? Show me in 3 cards. So Aries, the advice for you and love is, so we've got the Harp. Give me 2 more cards. What advice you have for Aries and love? Just give me 2, please. Okay, all right, Kite and Barrel. So the Harp says, Aries, for you guys, there's going to be great happiness in love. Okay, and you'll be taking a vacation, or you're going to go and see the partner, or you're taking a vacation with them. And Barrel, it says that you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love. So some of you guys do feel that there is a lack of that. Okay, and it might be as well that some of you guys feel that there is a lack of romance here as well. Okay, you're still looking at the potential of marriage, but you understand with the Two of Swords it's going to take a long time. Possibly because there's distance between you and the partner, physical restrictions here. Not happy about it, but the Nine of Cups showing up here. Nine of Cups could be something like, you know, but you're still kind of taking pleasure. Maybe this partner contacts you quite a bit. Seven of Wands is request, you see. So somebody could be making a request via telephone, or, you know, contacting you saying, do you want to do this, this and this? You know, but you might be feeling unhappy, but you're putting a brave face on it, and you're ignoring the challenges that you're facing as well. So this could be saying for love then as well, Aries, that you feel something that is lacking in your life. It would be love, but there's going to be great happiness and a vacation. All right, beautiful. Finally, we're going to just get the blessings card. What blessings are being bestowed on Aries between the 7th and the 13th? What are the blessings being bestowed on Aries between the 7th and the 13th of December 2019? Show me. The blessings being bestowed on, you've got a blessing on your health. Nice. So there's a blessing on your health, Aries. Wonderful. All right, that is your reading, my darling. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like, a couple of things to say. Firstly, if you'd like to order a reading, you can. Just click on the link in the comment section or at the end of the video. Also, you've only got, where are we now? You've only got kind of, I think it's around 2 weeks. No, it's not 2 weeks, 10 days or so. I think you've only got 10 days or so to order in your year ahead reading. All right, it's 2020. I'd like to say thanks to everyone who ordered one. Had a lot of people ordering those readings, so thank you so much for supporting that. If you'd like to order your 2020 reading, you've got about 10 days or so to order that. So, yeah. All right, that's it, my darlings. Love you loads. Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.